The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Today is the day.
It's the day we're all waiting for. Some are waiting for, at least. The rain moving in. This time it's not just going to be spitting and sputtering. It's actually going to be arriving with some good, consistent, steady rain in the morning. Let's take a look at the radar right now, see where that rainfall currently is. And again, it is on our doorstep. We zoom out a little bit. Here it comes. It's slowly approaching. And for example, yesterday we saw this and it weakened tremendously. This time the actual forcing is there. We're expecting to see moderate rainfall moving into initially Madison and Chenango counties, eventually into Oneida and Otsego, eventually Herkimer counties later on this morning. But either way, this is part of a much larger system which will bring unsettled weather for the next few days. This, though, will be our most likely chance of everyone seeing a drop of rain early today. It's currently raining out in Syracuse and in Watertown at this hour. 67 in Rome, 58 Johnstown, 61 degrees in Hamilton. In fact, a location that saw some rain already, Old Forge. You got some damp roadways up there. This is a rare sight here. But either way, we're going to see a lot more of those roadways as we progress throughout the morning. As you can see here, next 12 hours, highest chance for rain in the morning. It will dry up a little bit. It's not expected to rain steadily all day long, but it's more of an on and off rain chance heading into the evening. Then tonight it does dry up a little bit. We're going to track those rain chances not only for today but for the next few days, when it arrives, when it ends. All that and more coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Time now is 5:09 on this Tuesday morning, and we begin today on the drier side, despite the fact that some locations already saw some rain showers overnight. Let's take a look at some road conditions out there, and I want to emphasize that, say for example, Herkimer, Bridgewater, New Hartford, it's dry. Boonville, you've got some water on the roadways up there. Rain showers pass through overnight, and pretty much it's the only spot, especially up in the North Country, that saw some of those rain showers. But either way, we're going to see a lot more in terms of rainfall heading into the next few hours. You can see right here in the radar, there's that rain that produced those damp roadways up north. But to our south and to our west is where that low pressure energy is going to produce that rainfall today. So our traffic tracker right now showing mainly quiet conditions out there, no accidents. And this morning, you might deal with some rain showers in your morning commute. And this afternoon, rain can't be ruled out either. So just make sure when you park your car at work today to leave those windows up. Keep that umbrella handy. Overall, it's going to be an unsettled day today. We're going to have a look at, on top of this, what we can expect rainfall-wise for tomorrow and for Thursday coming up in just a few minutes. Gary?
Well, Eric, did you know today marks 170...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. The story of September has been a dry one, a sunny one, and I know a lot of times you can't complain, but at some point we do kind of need the rain, and today is one of those days where we're going to be thankful for it. We take a look at downtown Utica right now. It's a dry start out there. Temperatures pretty warm so far. It's 67 degrees, so it is a pretty, actually very, much warmer than average day or a morning to start your day here in the Mohawk Valley. Humid, dew points in the low 60s. Radar and satellite shows that energy transfer taking place right now, that low pressure pushing that rain into central New York. The North Country got your fair share of that rain earlier this morning. Now this is moving in to the Mohawk Valley and south over the next couple of hours. Following that initial surge of rain, it does dry up a little bit. But as we head into Wednesday night into Thursday, we got another area of low pressure bringing another surge of rain. So the next few days, generally unsettled, but it's not going to be steady rain all day long. To recap some stats, by the way, since it's been so dry, since July 1st, we've tallied only 4.75 inches at Griffiths and Rome. At this point of the year, following that, we should be at 10.51 inches of rainfall. We're 15 approaching 16 days without rain, so our departure rate here is over half of the expected rain. So that's why it's been so dry, and aided by the serious lack of rain over the last few weeks that has produced these drought conditions. So today, our highest chance of rain takes place in the mid-morning. The rain chances decrease throughout the afternoon, maybe a passing shower, but otherwise a mix of clouds and even a few peaks of sunshine. Those rain chances end a little bit into the evening, into the early morning hours Wednesday, but they return again Wednesday night and into early Thursday morning from that secondary low. So if you're wondering what the timing of it, that's the or at least the general time frame here. But piecing all together here in the Skycast, there's that widespread rain in the morning, the afternoon, clouds, a few areas of drizzle, and then we do dry up a little bit overnight. Tomorrow, it's going to be mostly cloudy. There's no forcing, but there's a lot of low-level moisture, so it's going to be mainly cloudy here, a few areas of sprinkles, and then by the overnight, we're going to see that rain return again. And it dries up a little bit, and then that cold front moves through Thursday afternoon, and there's that rainfall passing over our area. Following that, it does dry up on Friday. We can see here, just generally speaking, we have, in some spots, picking up nearly an inch of rain following today and into Thursday. So your 7-day forecast. So far, the weekend looking pretty pleasant, your first full weekend of fall. But we have that much needed rain in the next few days. I wouldn't say it's a drought buster, as I mentioned yesterday, but any rain is better than no rain at this point, and we start from somewhere. And this is our starting point to kind of maybe rebound a little bit back to average rainfall totals. So
At least the weekend looks good for the old Remsen Barn Fest, right?
well, if it looks sunny and dry, that's all that matters for the Barn Fest.
A lot of people smiling up there. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:18. Still ahead of once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator. When you head out the door this morning, you may have to search for it since you haven't had to use it in a while. Eric, we're talking about an umbrella, right?
Yeah, I have to dust it off. It's probably in the corner somewhere. It's been quite a while since I had to use an umbrella, but here we are today. Rainfall moving in. We'll take a look at the radar right now. First off, it is dry for the most part this morning. The exception being Boonville, Old Forge. Those locations got to see a shower up north about maybe an hour or so ago. But you look to the south and to the west, that's where our rain is slowly approaching. And we zoom out a little bit. It's a bit heavy at times here. It's going to lighten up a little bit, but still we are expecting that widespread rain to move in for maybe an hour or two throughout the morning as this low pressure passes over central New York. In the meantime, it's raining in Ithaca and Syracuse and Watertown. Dry, though, in Hamilton, Rome, and Johnstown. Temperatures hovering in the 50s, as high as the upper 60s in Rome. It is a warm start today, so it feels a little different out there, at least compared to days past. Currently, roadways damp in Old Forge this morning. We expect to see this in a couple of hours in a lot more locations here across the Mohawk Valley. But today, again, expect a rainy start to the day. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, maybe a few passing light showers, but we're not done with rain following today. We're going to track those rain chances throughout the remainder of the work week coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to a similar location yesterday. Well, maybe not quite exactly similar, but I would say just near Old Forge. This photo right here. Personally, I want to shout out whoever painted the boathouse here. It's one of my favorite things to look at when I'm in Old Forge. The yellow boathouse, you can see it across First Lake there. And on top of that, you got some great foliage sent in by Mike in the twilight in Old Forge, taken on the 21st. So amazing photo right here. And if you have fall foliage photos you'd like to share with us, send it to the link right there in the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. And yes, I'm going to be showing a little bit more of consistent locations versus spreading out around the area like I usually do, only for the fact that right now, of course, the Adirondacks are currently, at least at this point, have more fall foliage changing taking place compared to other areas. Either way, though, amazing photo. And again, if you have any foliage photos you'd like to share with us, please send it right in. I'd love to share your picture from your neck of the woods. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And as we segued from summer.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody, on this Tuesday. For one thing, it's been so dry, and yes, we enjoyed all the sunshine that September has had to offer, but today, a different story. We're going to be enjoying that rain, that much-needed rain moving into our area. A live look at downtown Utica. It is a quiet start to your day today. A warm start, by the way. We are already pushing near 70 this morning. Humid conditions, winds from the east at 5 miles an hour, so it feels like around 67 degrees. That rainfall is slowly approaching us right now. In fact, it did already reach portions of the Adirondacks and near, say, Boonville. So some locations already starting to see that rain. It's actually passing into western Eddy County right now and eventually moving its way north and to the east. This is an area of low pressure, bringing in our first round of rain. It does end a little bit. It's not going to be nearly as rainy this afternoon or tomorrow, but Thursday, or I should say Wednesday night into Thursday morning, here's another area of low pressure that will arrive, bringing additional rainfall to our area. So, how far behind in rainfall totals are we? Well, we've picked up 4.75 inches of rain since July 1st. We're almost in October, and that's how much rain we've seen. Normally, we are going to be pushing near 11 inches by the end of the month in early October, and that is an extreme deficit of 5.76 inches of rainfall, 15 days in a row from yesterday without a single drop of rain, at least notable rainfall. And we're going to see that rain move in pretty consistently this morning. It's going to taper off a little bit. We're not expecting to see steady rain all day long. Tomorrow it's going to be cloudy, a little drizzly, damp for the most part. But then as we head into Wednesday night, you can see that rainfall chance returning again as we approach Thursday. So piecing it all together here in the Skycast, here's that rain moving in this morning. It'll push to the area by 11 o'clock noontime. It does taper off a little bit this afternoon. Not too bad rainfall-wise. Then as we head into Tuesday evening, at least this evening in the overnight hours, it does produce mostly cloudy skies, maybe some drizzle tomorrow with highs in the low 70s. Then Wednesday night, here comes our next round of rainfall. Initially, a warm front passing over us, and then a trailing cold front that moves through Thursday evening, and that'll bring our end to at least much of the additional rainfall we'll be seeing throughout the week. At least for today, though, some pockets, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch of rainfall. That's generally what we're going to be expecting across the area, which is beneficial. It's not a drought buster, but you got to start somewhere, and this is definitely a good place to start here. It's going to be an unsettled next few days, obviously. More rainfall arriving Thursday. It does dry up as we head into the weekend, but after, of course, several days of rainfall, this will be beneficial, and maybe we can just finally start to slowly break out of this drought.
The old BR, the beneficial rain.
Beneficial rain, been quite a while.
It's been the talk of the town for a while. Well, 54 owls fell from the
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And as we've been mentioning for the past hour, the good news is the rain is finally going to come.
Now, let's go back to May and early June, and imagine us saying those words, thinking it's the rain's coming, right? Earlier this season, it wasn't quite the same, but today, definitely a different story. Let's take a look outside right now, a live view of the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, where we are seeing that rainfall approaching. It's currently impacting portions of western Oneida County, Camden, parts of Ava, near Trenton, heading out farther south towards, say, Oneida, heading into Hamilton and Madison County. We zoom out a little bit. It is approaching from the southwest. It's going to arrive, producing rainfall pretty much for your 6:30 to 7:30 time frame this morning, potentially even longer as this moisture plume continues to move its way north and east. In the meantime, heavy rainfall in Binghamton, rain in Ithaca, Syracuse, now officially in Rome, Watertown, and in Saranac Lake. So, been quite a while since we've seen this amount of rainfall over central New York. It is also a warm one, too. We start out the day today in the 60s, upper 60s. Here's a live look at Old Forge this morning where that rainfall has moved in and it's going to continue to arrive over the next few hours. So the rainiest part of the day today going to be the morning. Rainfall tapers off this afternoon a little bit. Still maybe a patchy shower, but otherwise mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures in the low to mid 70s. By tonight and throughout the next few days, we are still going to track a few more rain chances. We're going to follow those and mention how much rain we could see by the end of this coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A village meeting in Herkimer tonight.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. We begin today with, well, in some cases, a dry start. Other spots already starting to rain. We'll take a look here. First off, at road conditions, it's raining currently, or at least earlier this morning in Boonville, but that rain's moving in again. So far, it's mainly dry in Herkimer, Bridgewater, New Hartford. You head out toward Rome, Camden. That's where that rain is starting to approach. You can see it here on the radar. Rain showers in Rome heading towards southern Oneida County, into Madison County, and eventually the heaviest of rainfall at this time is down in the western portion of Chenango County. And this rainfall is going to slowly progress its way north and east over the next hour, hour and a half. Traffic tracker shows mainly green across the board. We got no accidents to report this morning. So again, your only travel impacts early today, that rainfall. Keep that umbrella handy, keep those windows up. Don't want to roll them down this afternoon because there'll be more chances for rainfall in the evening. But by any means, the evening rain chance not really as high as this morning's rain chance. So again, it's a rainy day today, much needed rainfall across the area. Our drought continues. Rainfall deficit continues as well. And as we progress throughout the next couple of days, it might not be a drought buster by any means, but so far we're going to start to see that rainfall progress, move its way in, and that'll continue to potentially slowly erode what has been such a dry stretch of weather across the area. So again, when it comes to conditions today, again, a little unsettled this morning, drying out a little bit this afternoon, and as we head into tomorrow, mainly dry, but then more rain arrives on Thursday. We're going to time that all out coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The new 2026 car models are being
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, after what has been such an incredibly dry stretch of September and pretty much all summer long, we're starting to see some beneficial rain approach central New York. Let's take a look right now at downtown Utica. I'm trying to see closely on this camera here if rain is falling because the roadways look a little bit on the damp side. That rain is slowly approaching, but in fact it is raining in Rome with a temperature of 66 degrees. Very warm start to your day today. And again, that rainfall is going to slowly progress into central New York over the next hour, hour and a half. All that rain right here moving into the Mohawk Valley. Now, the heaviest or at least steadiest of that rain today is going to be in the mid-morning, or at least, in fact, for the next couple of hours. That rainfall does exit. However, it's going to be generally unsettled throughout this evening and throughout tomorrow. Not heavy rain, but maybe some patchy drizzle passing over us. It's not going to be 100% dry. We head into Thursday, or at least Wednesday night into Thursday, and there's our next round of rain. So we have multiple opportunities for some beneficial rain across the area. In the meantime, just recapping how dry it's been, 4.75 inches the rainfall total since July 1st. And that's quite a while away. We have the normal amount right here, 10.51 inches of average rainfall. We are at a deficit of 5.76 inches as that 15-day stretch without rain continued. And we're going to continue to see more dry weather following this weekend, but maybe this initial part this week going to be somewhat of a pattern shift taking place. So, best chance of rain this morning. Rainfall chances taper off this afternoon and tonight. And it's going to be just unsettled, some lingering drizzle throughout Wednesday. And then by Wednesday night into Thursday, that rain chance does return. So that's the time frame of that rainfall here across the area. But let's piece it all together here in the Skycast. So this morning, there's that rainfall. Late morning, early afternoon, rain slowly exits. Patchy drizzle and some isolated showers in the evening and overnight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the 70s, patchy drizzle here and there. And then by Wednesday night, here comes that warm front bringing some more scattered showers, drying up. Cold front, trailing cold front moves through in the evening, and that'll dry things up a little bit as we head into Friday. So when it comes to rainfall for today, you can see some pockets, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, 1/4 of an inch. It depends on location, but for the most part, this is not going to be a significant rain event, but it's a starting point, and we'll need that. We need to have a couple of days of rain mixing in here, enough to kind of saturate the soil and help out that rainfall deficit, Gary, which is just mind-bogglingly high. So this is some good rain. I'm glad we're starting to see some of it arrive.
I can't imagine the smiles on people's faces for rain finally, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What a difference from what, June? Eric, thanks. Well, today marks 179 years once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator. Get ready to grab that umbrella as you head out the door. Eric, this is the first time in a while that you're actually tracking some significant rain.
Yeah, that's right. Dust off that umbrella. It might be in the corner somewhere forgotten about, but yeah, today you might need it. We took with the radar right now. It's an uncommon sight here in central New York. Widespread rain moving into our area. And you can see here it's starting to approach. In fact, it is already raining pretty significantly in Norwich, moderately heading toward pretty much all of Oneida County, seeing that rainfall at this hour, and then, of course, heading farther north. So we are starting to see that rain. Expect this to linger for the next hour and a half, 2 hours before that rainfall departs. But that's not the last of the rain, at least all week long. You can see here current conditions. Rainfall in Rome, Hamilton, Syracuse, Binghamton, Ithaca, Watertown. And this is not something we have seen in quite a while with the amount of rain we're seeing right now. It's raining currently in sections of central New York, including Old Forge up in the Adirondacks. Temperature sitting at 61 degrees. Even warmer, though, in the Mohawk Valley. So it's a warm start today. We climb into the low to mid-70s. Rainfall, at least the steady rain does end. There's still a chance of a spotty shower here and there as we head throughout the afternoon. But there's a better shot for rain later on this week. We're going to track those rain chances and talk about how much you could see by the end of this coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump making...
Brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us back up into Old Forge, where we have a photo of a great twilight of the foliage right off of First Lake, off the shores of Old Forge. And personally, when I saw this photo, the one thing that caught my eye, and a lot of you that have been to Old Forge, you might see this pretty frequently, that yellow boathouse. It's one of my favorite things to see when I'm up there. And I just want to know who owns that boathouse and who is the person who decided to paint it yellow, because it just sticks out so much. It's a great addition to the scenery there. So amazing photo right there, again, on First Lake in Old Forge, with the twilight out in the distance and the colors changing. Over the next couple of days, obviously, the Adirondacks, the colors are changing sooner. So we're going to see a little bit more in terms of the North Country for photo submissions compared to other locations. But if you have any photo of fall foliage you'd like to share with us, doesn't matter the exact location, if it shows some vibrant colors, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. I'd love to have your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise as we continue to enter the one of the most beautiful times of the year, the peak fall season. So again, right now it's raining. In fact, it's raining. I can hear it on the roof right now. When will this rain end? Will there be more on the way? We'll have all that in that full forecast. Gary?
We're doing the dance here in the station.
Yeah, get the rain dance going.
That's a long time coming. Well, as we say,
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Wow, look at that. Just from the tower cam, you can see the rain is finally starting to arrive here across the area. In fact, a rarity of a sight here in downtown Utica. Take a live view outside where the roadways are wet. Breaking news, there we are. We have wet roadways and the rain is falling right now. It's been quite a while since we saw that here in the Mohawk Valley. 66 degrees the temperature. It's a warm start today, so it's not a cold rain by any means. Dew point is 61, still rather humid out. And that rainfall is slowly progressing across the area. Currently, the heaviest of rain, or the steadiest of rain, is going to last for the next hour, hour and a half before things slowly begin to dry up a little bit toward the late morning and early afternoon. You can see here that plume of rain exiting our area. There's still some unsettled conditions, damp with some light drizzle. Our next round of rain will arrive on Thursday, or at least Wednesday night into Thursday, and that'll bring with it more rain chances toward the end of the week. So, how are we on the deficit right now? This is drought by the numbers. So, 4.75 inches of rain since July 1st. That is very, very low. In fact, how low? You can see our average rainfall, 10.51 inches, nearing 11 inches by eventually October 1st. And the deficit right now, 5.76 inches. It was 15 days in a row without rain. It's been an incredibly dry stretch of weather across central New York. And again, that rainfall currently taking place right now in Utica, progressing its way east. Those of you in Herkimer County, you will see your fair share in a little bit. But rain moves in. It slowly decreases in coverage throughout the late morning, early afternoon. It's non-zero as we approach Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon, but by Wednesday night into Thursday, there's that rain chance returning again. We'll piece it together here right in the Skycast. So that widespread rain arriving, it departs. You can see that chance decreasing a little bit right here. Maybe a stray shower, can't rule that out. And then overnight, we got mostly cloudy skies throughout the day Wednesday, temperatures in the 70s, and a passing shower or light drizzle can't be ruled out again. Warm front moves in Thursday morning. That'll bring in additional scattered showers. It dries up a little bit. And then by the late afternoon and early evening, we got that cold front moving through the area. And that'll dry things up a little bit as we head into the overnight, with clearing taking place a little bit on Thursday. So in terms of total rainfall, not only for today, but also for the next couple of days into Thursday, you can see some pockets of central New York picking up roughly around an inch and a half in some locations, which it's a starting point here. Inch and a half of rain for the next couple of days. That's going to cut in that deficit a little bit. We're still very, very low in terms of total rainfall, but you got to start somewhere, Gary, and today and Thursday, definitely a good starting point.
A little here, a little there, not a whole bunch at once.
Yes, we don't want that.
That's true. Eric, thanks. The Utica Comets launched a new page. Joining us now, and Eric, bring on the rain, right? It felt a little good this morning.
Yes, and 4 months ago we were saying the opposite, but yes, today definitely bring on the rain. We desperately need it. We take a look at the radar right now. Compared to this morning, the rainfall rates have decreased a little bit, but I want to emphasize a few things. So when it comes to rainfall, when you have a forcing mechanism like a low pressure system, a cold front, it fires up the rainfall. Following it, that moisture is still lingering. That moisture didn't go away, only the forcing went away. So because of that, despite that heavier rain ending, we're still dealing with lingering drizzle, clouds, just a damp afternoon. And that's expected for much of the day today, as again, much of that energy has now shifted its way east. We're still dealing with lingering low-level moisture. And that'll be the case not only for today, but potentially into tomorrow for much of the afternoon. Still, though, it's mainly overcast outside central New York. Temperatures in the upper 60s, pushing 70. We actually started out today at 67 degrees. We haven't really warmed up all too much. Rain showers reported in Syracuse and out near Glens Falls. But either way, a live look at Oneonta. It's just a cloudy, damp afternoon out there right now. Downtown Utica, same story, a little damp. Now today, again, we peak in the low 70s, mostly cloudy, areas of patchy drizzle. Tonight, it does quiet down a little bit. Tomorrow, same story, but tomorrow night, we're tracking another round of potentially some more impactful rain showers. We'll have more details on the timing of it and how much we could see in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The town of Trenton Barnabas.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Rainfall, all too elusive rain, has made its way into the Mohawk Valley. We take a look at downtown Utica, where things are still rather damp out there. Conditions early this afternoon, still not too much of a warm-up compared to this morning. We started out at 67. We're still currently at 67. Variable winds at 3 miles an hour. Still technically very humid out, so it's the first time in a while we are combating this dry air. Now that the air is saturated, it's going to be a lot easier for that rain to fall. That was what we were combating yesterday. We had rainfall out west. It was moving its way in, and it just fell apart. Air was just so dry. But now that we have that in our favor, it's going to be producing a better shot for light drizzle. In case for this area here up near Camden and Ava, you got some light rainfall taking place. Let's head toward the towns just south of Morehouse and north of Stratford in southern Hamilton County. Right here, you got some light rain. Heading into the Oneonta area, a rain shower just passed through your area, and we still have some lingering drizzle in parts of Morris, even New Berlin, and heading toward Norwich. So this is part of a much larger system. Low pressure, the energy driving this has surged its way north. Now we're dealing with the lingering moisture, and that's going to be the case for tonight and through tomorrow. But tomorrow night, we have another round of rainfall moving in. This is another area of low pressure driving in this widespread rain, and this will be in the form of a warm front. And as it moves its way north, a trailing cold front fires up, heading into Thursday evening, and that's our next shot of any beneficial rain. But we are cutting it close in terms of where that heaviest rain does fall as the front accelerates as it pushes its way east. We'll track that rainfall total here in a minute. But in the meantime, compared to yesterday, where we still had 15 days without rain, still 5.76 inches below average. Some parts of our area picking up 1/10 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. Most totals actually were up north near Plattsburgh, where they had a inch and a half of rainfall up there. And so still light drizzle expected for tonight, for tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, you can see that rain chance continue to increase during the overnight and into early Thursday morning. So there's that widespread rain earlier today. It's departed. You can see here we got a few areas of light drizzle. Then by tonight, mostly cloudy, generally dry, patchy drizzle for the morning, afternoon, And then by Wednesday evening, here comes that warm front. Some of this is going to be more on the scattered shower side. It's not going to be consistently widespread. Then by Thursday afternoon, we'll see that cold front slowly progress its way east as we head into Thursday evening and Thursday night. And then as this passes its way east, things begin to quiet down a little bit. We still have some more chances for rainfall heading into Friday, but much of this heavy rain will take place on Thursday. You can see some pockets of the area picking up an inch. It's just depending on location. This is more of a hit or miss type setup here, and it's the best chance we got for any beneficial rain. So we're going to take it, because if we don't get this rainfall, of course that deficit continues to increase. But again, back to the original point, Gary, when we have this rain moving in, the air is now saturated. It's a lot easier for that rain to fall going forward compared to days past. So tomorrow and Thursday, better shot for rainfall.
We'll get our share.
Yes.
I'm sure. Eric, thanks. Well, 6 Utica Common.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
For the first time in quite a while, we're starting to see some rainfall move into our area. In fact, earlier this morning, it was probably the first time we saw steady rain in several weeks. Downtown Utica right now, still a little damp out there. We have overcast skies, light drizzle. Temperatures not really warmed up too much. It was 67 at 5 a.m. this morning. It is still 67 right now. So we have that still upper 60s, low 70s feel in the air. I want to focus on this here, the dew point, 65 degrees. That has risen about 10 degrees in the last day or so. But what does that mean? It means the air is getting more and more saturated, which in turn makes it easier for rain to fall. Yesterday, we were tracking some rain showers out to our west. They fell apart. Why? Because it was so dry in central New York. Now that atmosphere started to increase its moisture content, you have light drizzle falling in parts of our area today with the dew point so close to the temperature. You got some rain showers up near Camden and Ava, heading into the Adirondacks, south of Morehouse and north of Stratford, near the Hamilton County border, and a rain shower that passed through Oneonta earlier. It has since exited, and now we're just seeing some light drizzle in, say, areas south of Norwich, near Greene and Oxford. So today, we still have some lingering drizzle to deal with. Tonight it does dry up a little bit. Our next round of rain arrives Wednesday night into Thursday. Another area of low pressure moves in. This time, this warm front carries its way in. A trailing cold front will fire up some rain showers Thursday evening and Thursday night. This is going to be accelerating, by the way. So a lot of that heaviest of rain might actually stick its way out east. So we have that wiggle room here, whether we're going to get hit with a lot of rain or just a little bit of rain. Either way, we're going to see some form of rain heading into Thursday. But just to recap, yesterday, those numbers, 15 days without rain, 5.76 inches below our normal of 10.51 inches since July 1st. So far, we've only seen less than half of that. So it's been so incredibly dry. And we'll continue to see this drizzly stretch of weather until, again, Wednesday night into Thursday. That rain chance increases, and we'll see some scattered showers overnight into eventually early Thursday. So we piece it all together here in the Skycast. Widespread rain has exited. We still have some lingering drizzle across the area today. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Same thing tomorrow, patchy drizzle, highs in the low 70s. By tomorrow night, we're going to see that warm front move in, scattered showers into early Thursday morning. Drying up a little bit in the mid-morning, but then we're going to see some rain showers develop as we head into Thursday evening. There's that cold front moving in, and then following that, it dries up a little bit as we approach Friday. So additional rainfall, not including what already fell today. We can see some pockets of the area seeing a little bit more. Again, this is just a model output, not an official forecast. So some of these zones here might shift around a little bit, but moral of the story is we've got more rain on the way. It's going to be scattered, not widespread, but still any rain at this point is better. We've already broken that difficult part of breaking a drought, which is getting the atmosphere saturated. Now we have a few more chances heading into Thursday and early Friday. The weekend for now looks mostly dry. There's a lot of events going on for our first full weekend of fall, and so far, temperatures in the 70s, plenty of sun by Saturday afternoon and on Sunday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are back with News Talk.
Jason Palace.
We'll get to all those stories in a minute, but first, the top story has to be the fact that it rained today.
Yeah, you know, I saw Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. He was doing this rain dance outside. I figured that's why it happened.
Yep.
So how much did we get? Was it enough to make an impact? Bill, what comes next?
That wasn't a dance, by the way. That was me panicking.
Panicking?
I didn't know what was happening. It was
What is this?
What is this? Just kidding. Yeah, we were nice to see the rain for sure. Let's take a look at it outside. We are seeing a few sprinkles out there. This is heading to the east, and we did pick up about a tenth of an inch of rain. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to at least soak the ground. We do have more rain on the way. It comes in stages. The chance tomorrow, a few more showers, a better chance of widespread rain, similar to what we saw today for Thursday. Temperature 72 degrees. Dew points up to 64. It feels a touch humid out there, again, because it's rained. We're tracking a few scattered showers tonight, some patchy fog. A brief shower tomorrow. Most of the day looks dry. Widespread rain returns Thursday, especially during the morning. We do get a chance to dry out as we look ahead to the weekend. This evening, again, a few passing showers, temperatures in the upper 60s. We are tracking the next round of rain. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We have a traffic alert to pass along.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Nice to see some much needed rainfall today. It was widespread. It wasn't super heavy, but it was widespread. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Skies look ominous. We do have a few scattered showers still to track, with the primary showers falling south of the Mohawk Valley. This is all slowly moving to the east. Again, can't rule out a shower this evening. Patchy fog, additional showers tonight and tomorrow. The next round of widespread rain is going to arrive on Thursday, so we get another chance of getting some much needed rainfall. The lawn has been kind of dormant this summer, not really growing all that much. If you do have to make the cut, the next couple of days will be challenging with rain, but things do get better as we head into the weekend. We do get a chance to dry out. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Temperatures have been warm, again, given that it's late September now. When you have rain and you're in the 70s, that's actually on the warmer side of things for this time of the year. Dallasville 71, Little Falls 69, Westmoreland 72, Deansboro 69, Cross Southern Valleys, Norwich 68, Oneonta 66, and Cooperstown with 68. We've got a stalled front in central New York, and another wave of low pressure will be moving along with it. So we'll stay in the clouds for the next couple of days. There'll be a few breaks occasionally, but it'll stay mostly cloudy. And the next area of low pressure will be developing and moving in from the southwest on Thursday. Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight, mostly cloudy. Patchy fog is expected overnight. Temperatures drop into the upper 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies throughout the day. There could be a brief sprinkle, some patchy drizzle. Temperatures climb into the low 70s despite the overcast skies. Could see a few breaks in the overcast late in the day. Temperatures again in the low 70s. Widespread rain arrives Thursday. This next area of low pressure will be moving in. We're expecting temperatures to once again climb into the 70s. Some steadier rain will be arriving. This time it looks to be later in the day, so the late afternoon to early evening. Features the most rain here in central New York. And then this will move to the east. We'll get a chance to dry out heading into the weekend. Rainfall totals, this includes what fell today through the end of the week. Again, with a few scattered showers Wednesday, widespread rain Thursday. We're thinking a total of about a half an inch to an inch. I think some of our skycast numbers are on the higher side here. I think they'll still be close to half an inch to an inch. But again, anything does help. It's been so bone dry, and this is a step in the right direction. Showers tonight, 59. Tomorrow, a passing shower, high of 74. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Steady rain Thursday afternoon, 72. A few lingering showers into very early Friday. We do get a chance to dry out. The weekend's looking nice. We're back to sunshine and temperatures in the mid-70s, which is pretty nice heading into the end of September.
All right, Bill, thank you.
NASA announced the 10 people, so I'll just Bill Curtis. Cool picture of a comet.
Yeah, we're going to be tracking Comet Swan. This is going to become visible over the next couple of weeks. So, I mean, we've got cloudy skies tonight. We won't be able to see it. But should we get clear skies over the next couple of nights, especially this weekend, I'm going to look to the west after sunset. Right now, the comet is not visible to the naked eye. But as it gets closer, especially by October 12th, that's when it's expected to become brightest, we might be able to see it with the naked eye. For now, a pair of binoculars will work well, or a camera that can take night pictures. And again, we'll remind you of this as we do get clear nights ahead. This comet, by the way, newly discovered earlier this month. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Scattered showers are continuing to move through central New York. Temperatures are going to stay in the 70s this week, even though we have a few more rain chances ahead. It's not going to be all that chilly. Temperatures will be above average here into the weekend. Taking the dog out for a walk, not a bad idea to keep the umbrella handy. Just a couple of showers out there. Temperatures will be near 70. Tonight's featured dog, Ember from Sylvan Beach. If you want to be part of this, you can post your dog photos to Facebook. Just search for Skycast WKTV. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
Happy 73rd birthday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some scattered showers rolling across central New York. The skies look ominous. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. We've been seeing some much needed rainfall today, and we are tracking a few scattered showers. As we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, north and south, been seeing the steadiest rain so far. Lingering showers across Otsego County, and also this rotating shower up towards Boonville and Old Forge is heading to the east. Some locally heavy rainfall with that. For the most part, things are going to be like this tomorrow. Some scattered showers are possible, cloudy skies, and then a steadier rain looks to arrive on Thursday. If you're trying to get the lawn cut, it's going to be tough over the next couple of days. I know the lawn hasn't really been growing that much, but if you do need to cut it, I think Friday, or better yet, the weekend will be better choices. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Skywatchers checking in. Despite the rain, it's been relatively warm. Whitesboro 72, Barneveld 68, Norway 68, Old Forge 65, Geneva 69, Paynes Hollow with 68 degrees. Low pressure is lingering in our area. We've got a stalled front. We had a weak area of low pressure move through today, bringing widespread rain. There will be another one that develops from the west. That arrives Thursday. So we're in this in-between pattern tomorrow with clouds dominating and not a whole lot of weather. We can't rule out a brief shower, but I think it's going to be a lot drier compared to today. Tonight, patchy fog. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. A passing shower is possible. Could see a sprinkle here Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low 70s, mostly cloudy skies. Cloudy skies tomorrow night. Widespread rain returns Thursday. I think the best chance of steady rain is going to be later in the day, in the late afternoon or early evening. This is all part of a cold front that approaches from the west. Not really a lot of cold air in its wake. More of a drop in humidity is to be expected as we head into Friday. Temperatures Thursday afternoon, once again in the 70s. Total rainfall, this includes what fell today through the end of the week, looks to average about a half an inch to an inch of rain. So that helps. It's not going to be enough to bust the drought, but it is a step in the right direction. Showers tonight, low of 59. Passing shower tomorrow, temperatures in the mid-70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We are tracking, again, the next round of rain for Thursday, 72. Passing shower Friday, 73. Sunshine is expected as we head into the weekend. The weather looks nice. Highs in the 70s, the mid-70s. And we're expecting the weather to remain dry. Overnight lows generally in the upper 50s to low 60s over the next several days. And then a couple of cooler nights ahead as we head into early next week. We'll be right back.
News with Kristen Copeland and Jason Palace.
For the very first time in my life, I said today, I'm glad it's raining. But was it enough to put a dent in the drought conditions, and is it over now?
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking it all from the Weather Center tonight. Bill, good evening.
We could use a lot more of this rain. We will be getting more of it as we head into tomorrow, especially Thursday. For now, just a few scattered showers across the region. The steadiest downpour is right up here towards Boonville. Believe it or not, this cell produced a very brief funnel. I'll show you the video of this coming up in a few minutes. It's not producing any strong weather now, though. 72 degrees, the current temperature is humid, 64. We are tracking, again, a couple of scattered showers as we get into this evening and tonight's patchy fog. Next round of rain arrives Thursday, again, producing similar amounts of rain to what we saw today. So we are making baby steps in denting this drought, but it's going to take a lot more than this. Temperatures this evening will be in the upper 60s to low 70s, and it's going to feel humid out there. We are tracking the next round of rain. Look at your forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. A 21-year-old driver.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a few scattered showers across central New York this evening. There's going to be the chance tomorrow, a better chance of rain on Thursday. We're in this semi-unsettled pattern. As we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, tracking a few sprinkles generally to the north. Wanted to keep an eye on this one. This is a very weakly rotating cell that is moved across Forestport, moving into and towards Ohio. It's not producing any strong weather at the moment, but earlier today, it did produce a funnel cloud, which was a surprise. This was in Hawkinsville at 5:10 by Crystal Shivington, and it happens right here. I know this is might be hard to see on your television screen, but it ends up happening right here for a brief moment. It doesn't look like it touched the ground, but there's broad circulation and spin in this. And again, that was taken earlier today. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. But again, at this point, nobody's in danger here at the moment. Live look at our sky watchers. Clinton 73, Mike in New Hartford 71, Barneveld 68, Norway 68, Old Forge 65, Jeff and Mohawk 69, Skineva 69 degrees, Worcester with 67. Low pressure is driving today's weather. It's brought clouds, showers. There's a stalled front that it leaves behind. There will be another wave of low pressure that moves in from the west on Thursday. And tomorrow is kind of this in-between day where we're expecting clouds and a few sprinkles, maybe a few breaks of sunshine. It will be a little bit nicer than today. And then it's back to rain on Thursday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, patchy fog. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. So it'll be a pretty mild night. Could see a brief shower too. Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a passing shower. Temperatures climb into the low 70s. Rain returns on Thursday. The next wave of low pressure arrives. I think the steadiest, heaviest rain will be in the late morning, the late afternoon to early evening. As a cold front moves in, temperatures climb into the low 70s Thursday afternoon. In terms of rainfall between what fell today all the way through Friday, most of this falls Thursday, we're thinking about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain region-wide. So a step in the right direction, but this is not going to be enough to overcome all the dry weather that we've been experiencing lately. Showers tonight, 59. Brief shower tomorrow, otherwise mostly cloudy, 74. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain returns Thursday, late in the day, 72. A few lingering showers into early Friday, 73. Dry for the weekend, pleasant. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Lots of sunshine returns as we head into early next